Hey, what's going on, weavers? Tim here again, and today we're making a $400 keychain for far less than that. See, a little while ago I did a video about how a high-end fashion company made keychains that look almost exactly like this, and they were selling them for a ridiculous price.
Got him!
So of course we at Paracord weavers couldn't let that happen, which is why we're teaching you how to make one for yourself. Now, if you bought one of our kits, you're going to have 8 lengths of paracord in 4 different colors. So this means that you can actually mix and match them to make color combos of your choice. Or you can make them all in single colors. It's entirely up to you. Also, for this project, you're going to need some sharp scissors and a lighter. To start our keychain, I'm going to place my keyring on one of my cords. It doesn't matter which one, but in this case, I'm using the gray, and then I'm going to move it to the midpoint. Then with my secondary cord, in this case the orange, I'm going to make a reverse S shape as close to the midpoint as possible and place that over the midpoint and keyring of the opposite cord. From there, with the gray cord at the bottom, I'm going to bend that cord upwards, pass it over the bottom orange cord, and then through the upper bite of the reverse S. Then with the gray cord coming out up top, we're going to bring that one down, pass it over the orange cord up top, then pass it through the bottom bite of the reverse S shape of the orange cord. After that, we're going to pull all of our running ends and cinch up that very first crown knot. Work all the slack out and tighten that knot up to the keyring. With that starter knot done, we're going to continue tying our crown knot keychain. We do that by starting with any of the cords, in this case the orange. We're going to bend it across the previous crown knot. Then moving clockwise, we're going to bend the next gray cord perpendicularly over the previous orange. Following that with the next orange cord, that one is going to bend over the previous gray. Then the final gray cord on the left is going to bend over the previous orange one and go under the first orange cord. And just like that, we've tied our second crown knot. And just like the first, we're going to tighten that crown knot up by pulling on all the ends and working the slack out. I also like to pull on each cord individually for further tightening after the initial tighten. Now moving on to the next knot, we're going to do just as we did the previous knot, but this time we're going counterclockwise. The orange bends over the knot, then the following gray one over that one, the second orange bends over the previous gray, and then finally the last gray cord bends over the previous orange and goes under the first. Tighten that up and cinch it up neatly. So we've done 2 rounds, and that is essentially the entire pattern. So repeat those 2 rounds of steps over and over to form the crown knot keychain. I'm going to continue tying, and the length I'm aiming for is about 4 inches or 10.5 centimeters. But with the cord given to you in the kit, you can make them longer if you wish. When I'm happy with the length of my keychain, all that's left to do is to snip off the excess strands with the scissors, melt with the lighter, and press down on the melted ends to lock them in place. I like to do this one at a time to ensure that none of the cords slip out and undo. Also, I'm using a marlin spike to press down on the melted ends, but if you don't have one, you can just use the side of your scissors. I do prefer the spike though, as the knurled pattern gives it a nice finish. And with all that done, our crown knot keychain is complete, and it didn't cost you $400. Hope you enjoyed and had fun.